Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm back with some more updates coming out from the Middle East, and we're going to talk more about Iran's upcoming attack onto Israel. I've got even more updates that just came out today and yesterday. Obviously, I was not here yesterday. As most of you probably know, I am taking Sundays off now. So I want to update you guys on some things that have happened as of yesterday and also transpiring into today. So lots of updates to share here in the Middle East. We're going to start off with this story that we see here on your screen. Iran is planning a strong and complex attack onto Israel. War is coming. Okay, the reason why I say war is coming is because this attack is expected to be very massive. We're looking at hundreds, if not thousands, of ballistic missiles that will be fired onto Israel, most likely coming from multiple nations as well, not only from Iran. We could have missiles being fired from Iraq, maybe even Syria. I'm sure Hezbollah will attack Israel at the same time, and potentially even the Yemen Houthis. Okay, we'll have to see if the Houthis get involved, but it looks like Iran is spreading their ballistic missiles all over the Middle East right now and preparing a major attack onto Israel. We also have some reports that there is two more B-52 bombers that have arrived today in the Middle East, and also yesterday, two arriving in the Middle East. So that's a total of six B-52 long-range strategic bombers that have arrived in the Middle East. I'll show you those reports that came out yesterday and today. And also, this attack is expected to be extremely powerful, as apparently Iran is preparing massive-sized ballistic missiles with huge warheads on them, up to 1,500 kilograms. I'm going to talk about some of these warheads and ballistic missiles that Iran could potentially be firing. So just so much information coming out for the Middle East that I want to update you guys on. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into this. I've got several things to share with you. We're going to start off with a brief mainstream news report that just came out as of yesterday, and then we're going to move on to X. So let's hop on over here to the Times of Israel. Iran to use more powerful warheads, other weapons in planned attack on Israel, according to report. Okay. Again, this just came out yesterday, November 3rd, 2024. Says here Iran is preparing an attack on Israel that will use more powerful warheads and other weapons not used in previous two attacks. Iranian and Arab officials have briefed on the plans, tell the Wall Street Journal. Okay, so we're expecting not only massive sized ballistic missiles being used, they're going to have very powerful warheads, much larger than what was used on Israel in the last two attacks. Israel came under attack on October 1st. Just about a month ago, and then we also had a major attack back in April as well. Okay, so we're expecting this attack to be very massive, and also, if you notice, it says here, other weapons will be used that were not used previously. Okay, so we don't know exactly what these weapons are, and maybe Iran hasn't even unveiled some of these, who knows? Let me know what you think down below, what Iran could be preparing to use other than ballistic missiles and drones, okay? Also says here an Egyptian official tells the Journal that Tehran warned Cairo privately that its response to Israel's airstrikes on its territory on October 26 which was in retaliation for the Islamic Republic's October 1st ballistic missile attack, will be strong and complex. Okay, and it says here an Iranian official reportedly says that because its military lost 4 soldiers and a civilian, there is a necessity to respond. Okay, so just real quick, obviously we know they are going to attack Israel, but the fact that they're saying it's going to be strong and complex, okay, the strong part makes me think that they're going to have obviously massive sized warheads. This attack will be much heavier, much more destructive than what we have ever seen in the past two attacks from Iran. And then also the fact that it says complex makes me think that there's going to be probably multiple waves of attacks and attacks coming from different angles. So it's going to be very difficult for Israel to defend themselves, along with the United States backing them, if these attacks are coming from different directions, okay? What if Iran fires their ballistic missiles, then all of a sudden Iraq starts firing them, maybe Hezbollah at the same time starts pounding Israel, maybe the Yemen Houthis start launching a bunch of ballistic missiles as well. Who knows what's going to happen, but it looks like we're going to see a major operation coming from multiple Iranian-backed proxy groups in the Middle East and also Iran themselves potentially, okay? So the report says Iran's military will be involved in the operation, marking a departure from the April 13 to 14th and October 1st missile attacks, which were carried out by the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps. Okay, and it says the official says the attack will target Israeli military sites much more aggressively than the last time, and the Iraqi territory may be used to launch projectiles. Okay, so it says here these attacks could be coming from all over the place. Okay, Iraq, possibly even Syria, Iran themselves, and I am hearing as well that the RGC will be attacking Israel, and potentially even Iran's regular military as well will do the same. So this is definitely going to be a major attack, guys. I don't think this is going to be something small this time. I think this is something definitely to be concerned of. I'm not trying to, fearmonger or spread fear here, but I do want to give you a warning ahead of time that we could see a major war breaking out over here, much worse than what we're seeing right now. What we're mainly seeing for the most part is tit-for-tat attacks throughout the Middle East. And obviously the U.S. has up to 6 B-52 bombers over here, okay? So potentially there's going to be even more showing up, who knows? But this is very dangerous that we're seeing all this heavy weaponry heading over to the Middle East, and then also Iran preparing a massive attack. So very crazy, guys. Just be prepared for anything. Let's hop on over here to X now from Mosin Defender. According to a report from the Wall Street Journal, Iran has told Arab diplomats and officials that it is planning a strong and complex response involving both the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, IRGC, and its conventional army against Israel. See, so it says the RGC and their conventional army. For their latest attack, they claim that the attack won't just involve drones and missiles like in prior retaliations, but additional weapon systems, and that missiles they do use would be equipped with more powerful warheads. Iranian officials have also claimed that they do not want to influence the ongoing U.S. election with its attack, adding that any response against Israel would come after the election day on November 5th. Okay, so the main reason why I wanted to show you this report here is it says here that this attack is likely to come after the election, okay? And then I do have some other reports here that state it could come on the election. So obviously Iran is ready to go. It looks like they are very close and prepared to launch this attack. Many sources in the Middle East right now are claiming that this attack could potentially come on election day or prior to it. Obviously today is November 4th, so we're one day away from U.S. elections in the United States, and even the U.S. came out warning Iran as well that if they do launch any kind of attack prior to the elections, they would consider this election interference by the Iranians, which could obviously lead to a major war in the Middle East as well. Okay, also here's these posts about the B-52 bombers. So yesterday there was 2 heading over to the Middle East, and just today 2 more. So that's a total of 6 as just over the weekend. I think it was on Friday or Saturday, somewhere around there. I reported to you guys that 2 B-52 bombers arrived and headed to a base in Qatar. And also we had 2 more yesterday on Sunday, and then 2 more today on Monday. So check out these posts here from Mosin Defender. 2 additional B-52H long-range strategic bombers from the 5th Bomb Wing stationed at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota are currently crossing the Mediterranean toward the Middle East, where they will likely land at Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. Okay, so as you can see, this coming out yesterday, November 3rd, 2024 at 5:22 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time. Here's a picture of this flight path on a flight radar showing these 2 B-52 bombers heading over to the Middle East, okay? So, again, total of 6, okay? So 4 as of yesterday. Then we had this other post today from Mosin Defender. The last 2 of 6 B-52H long-range strategic bombers from the 5th Bomb Wing being deployed to Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar are currently crossing the Mediterranean, with all of the bombers coming from Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota. So I'm telling you guys, man, this is gonna be something big, okay? The U.S. military is not going to transfer all these assets over here and not be prepared to use them, okay? Hopefully that does not happen. But it's highly likely if all of this is being transferred, they're preparing to use it, okay? So most likely, if we see a major war break out over here, it looks like the U.S. is going to be heavily bombing Iran, not only Israel, but potentially the U.S. going to be getting involved in this as well. And Iran's already been coming out warning the U.S. multiple times just over the last week, even warning U.S. bases stationed in the Middle East that they could come under attack. Most likely they will, maybe even from proxy groups in the Middle East as well. So very crazy, guys. Also from Monitor X, breaking the entire axis of resistance to join Iran's response against Israel, says General Kothari. The response will be bigger than Operation True Promise 2. So Operation True Promise 2 was the attack on October 1st, I believe, And then Operation True Promise 1 would have been the April attack, okay? And then Operation True Promise 3 is expected to be this upcoming attack that could potentially be imminent right now. Israel, even with USA's help, won't be able to stop the regional strikes against it. Okay, that's something they've been warning as well. Iran's been coming out and saying that even these THAAD air defense batteries being deployed over to Israel will not be enough. As obviously they if Iran launches thousands of ballistic missiles onto Israel, they're definitely not going to be able to defend themselves, okay? Even with these THAAD air defense systems and all these warplanes stationed in the Middle East are definitely going to be very busy trying to shoot all these down. But this is highly likely that we're going to have massive damage inside of Israel if this attack is carried out, because obviously they won't be able to shoot down all these incoming projectiles, okay? Also, for those in Defender, Farzin Nadimi, a senior researcher with the Washington Institute, believes that Iran may launch its retaliatory strike against Israel on Tuesday night during the U.S. presidential election. Okay, so see, we are seeing some reports indicating this attack will come after the election, some saying it will come before or maybe on the election night, okay, or election day, with the attack likely to involve at least 400 missiles aimed at Israeli air defense bases and sites, as well as defense manufacturing industries around the city of Haifa. Iran is likely to utilize its, I'm probably going to butcher the name of this, Koram Shar, hopefully I'm saying that right, medium-range ballistic missiles, as well as missiles launched by Iranian-backed groups in Iraq and possible Syria. In addition, the Iranian army, or Artesh, is expected to participate, likely using its Arash long-range attack drones and Su-24 MK Fencer-D tactical bombers equipped with standoff weapons. Okay, guys, like you can just see from this message right here that this attack is expected to be massive, okay? This is not going to be anything small like we've seen before, and in my opinion, I wouldn't consider any of these attacks really small. I mean, all the attacks on Israel have been pretty heavy, but this is a major sign based on this information right here. To me, what this tells me is that Israel definitely damaged Iran pretty hard. We know they went after their missile production sites, drone manufacturing facilities, their air defense sites apparently were hammered pretty hard as well. And if you notice with this information, they're going to go after the same types of military hardware and bases similar to what Israel did when they carried out their attack onto Iran, okay? So here's a picture of one of these Koram Shar 4 missiles from Monitor X breaking. The Wall Street Journal recently suggested that Iran may consider deploying heavier warheads, with the Koram Shar 4 or K-bar being a likely choice. This is liquid-fueled medium-range ballistic missile introduced in 2023 as the latest version of the Koram Shar series. Carries the largest warhead in Iran's arsenal at 1,500 kilograms, guys. That is massive. With a range of 2,000 kilometers and an accuracy of 10 meters CEP, it was specifically designed to reach Israel, though it has not yet been used in combat. Okay, so here's a picture of one of these missiles here, the Koram Shar 4 missile. Hopefully, again, I am pronouncing that correctly. And it says here the range 2,000 kilometers, accuracy 10 to 30 meters CEP. Fuel is hypergolic. Speed Mach 16 out atmosphere, I think is what that is. Mach 8 inside atmosphere. Okay, and it says length is 13 meters, diameter 1.5 meters, weight 30 tons. That is a very heavy bomb, or a missile, excuse me. Warhead weight is 1,500 kilograms. Okay, so again, this is a massive ballistic missile that Iran could be potentially using, and these will cause major damage if these start striking some of Israel's air defense bases or their military sites. They could definitely do heavy damage, destroying lots of equipment for the Israelis. Also, from current report just in, American Airlines has suspended all flights to and from Israel until the end of summer 2025. So this actually was coming out yesterday. This is pretty big, okay? If American Airlines is suspending flights to Israel, they're definitely one of the largest airlines in the United States, okay? This is a big sign that we could potentially be seeing a huge war breaking out over here, okay? For 6 months or more. I mean, I don't know what could be more indicative of a major war breaking out over here. I really hope that does not happen, but it's looking highly likely we could be heading down that path, so let's hope not, right? Also, from Mosin Defender, the office of Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani has told media channels that they're expecting strikes soon against Iraqi territory from Israel. Okay, so even directly from the Iraqi prime minister stating that Iraq could come under attack. And this looks like as well that Iraq is starting to become an enemy to Israel. As we know, many drones have been coming from the Islamic resistance in Iraq, and they've been firing drones over to Israel, targeting them. We had this other post as well that came out yesterday that Israel was also threatening Iraq. And it says here, open source intel just in, Israel threatens Iraq. Israel has issued a warning to the Iraqi government if drone attacks from Iraq persist, or if Iran initiates any assault from within Iraqi borders, the IDF will respond with strikes on targets in Iraq. Okay, so Israel is just not messing around anymore. They're even willing to bomb Iraq. It's obviously, again, the Islamic resistance has been attacking them with drones pretty much nonstop for months now. They don't attack heavily like Hezbollah does, but they have been attacking the port of Eilat quite a bit, sometimes making direct impacts as well in some areas over there. Okay, so very crazy. We can even see Iraq getting involved too. So also from Iran Observer, breaking, Iran's president sent a final warning to Israel: end the war and accept the ceasefire, and we may adjust our response to hurt you less. So I'm assuming this is a ceasefire with Hezbollah. We know that the U.S. has been pushing for this. I haven't heard any updates yet, but I know that Benjamin Netanyahu did come out just in like the last 24 hours. There was a major report of him stating apparently that even if they do not receive any kind of a deal or meet any kind of agreement with Hezbollah to end the war, that they will push Hezbollah beyond the Litani River, which is in the southern portion of Lebanon, that they will push them back with or without a deal, is something that he stated like in the last 24 hours, okay? So also, we had this report coming out yesterday as well. There was a major earthquake again inside of Tehran, and I believe inside of Iran, excuse me, close to the capital of Tehran, as you can see here in this picture. Vicegrad 24 breaking. 4.6 magnitude earthquake strikes near Tehran, Iran, okay? So what I was trying to say a moment ago was that we heard about an earthquake somewhere in this area as well, not too far away from Tehran. It was in like northern central Iran just a couple weeks ago, I think. And now we're seeing earthquakes again. So some people are saying that this is potential nuclear tests that are taking place here. So I don't know if that's exactly what is happening over here. Some people are speculating that, but it has not been confirmed yet. But it's very possible maybe Iran is testing nuclear weapons. We know that they're right around the corner to obtaining them. Could they already have them? Yes, very likely they could, but they have not come out publicly and stated that they have them yet. But they have stated that they have the ability to produce them if need be. And they're also willing to change their nuclear doctrine to protect their nation if they feel threatened. So obviously they could be right around the corner from having them. All right, and also we had this video coming out as well from Radar. Radar hits just in: earthquakes in Iran as trucks shake on the side of the road and dust rises from the mountains. Nuke tests? Question mark. Okay, a 40-second clip of what appears to show an earthquake here in Iran, and this was just released today. So take a look at this.
یا حسین بازم زلزله یا اول زلزله ماشینا رو تکون میده کوها رو داره میخوابونه زلزله بود غربا دام تقول ديال ده شغلا. یا حسین بازم.
All right, so I don't know about you guys, but this video honestly gives me the chills, and it definitely makes me think that we're leading to something very big over here. I'm not saying that this was an actual nuclear test. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. We don't have confirmation of that. But something just tells me that something big is coming over here in the Middle East, and it's going to be very quick and surprising when it does happen. And most people are not paying attention to what's happening over here in the Middle East right now. And the U.S. is definitely preparing for a major war to break out. So again, let's just hope that doesn't happen and that's not the case, guys. But something tells me that something big is coming over here, okay? Also from Douglas McGregor, Ukraine lies in ruins, and a new, more destructive war in the Middle East is about to explode. Washington just sent more bombers to the region along with additional weapons to the Israelis. Iran's forces are ready for action. Russia's support for Iran is unambiguous. The day after this war begins, a new world will emerge, and Americans will ask, "My God, how did this happen?" Some of you maybe know Douglas McGregor. He's also known as the Colonel, and he's all over YouTube. He's in many interviews. Some of you maybe have seen him before, and some of this I honestly have to agree with it. I think something big is coming over here in the Middle East. I would say a very destructive war is definitely on the horizon over here, and I really hope it does not happen, but it looks highly likely at this time. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you. Also from Syria Truths. Breaking, we will not have mercy on the enemy this time. General Shahram Irani, Sunni commander of Iran's Navy. It's even Iran's Navy coming out saying no mercy on Israel this time. Okay, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be a very massive attack onto Israel, much larger than anything we have seen before. And this could definitely spark a massive war over here. Okay. Also from Israel Radar, once IDF fully deploys laser-based air defenses, most rocket alert sirens across Israel will end, says chairman of Rafael Defense Company. Due to rapid interception, most incoming rockets will be shot down over enemy territory, he says via N12 News. So this was interesting information. Looks like the Israelis could potentially have laser-based air defenses that could be deployed very soon. We know that the UK has been working on a system that they have. I think it's called the Dragon Fire or something like that. They have a laser air defense system as well, and it's been unveiled multiple times. But yeah, this will get very interesting if Israel does have something like this in the future. Maybe they'll come out of nowhere with this and deploy this thing. But there has been some talk about this on X as well, so we'll see if that happens in the near future. Finally, one last thing I want to show you guys before we get you out of here from Mario Nafal. Israeli airstrike kills last top Hezbollah commander Abu Ali Rida. The last surviving member of Hezbollah's top leadership has been killed in Israeli airstrike. So this is big news right here. Looks like the last remaining member of the top chain of command for Hezbollah being eliminated as well. Abu Ali Rida, here he is right here. It's the only person here that doesn't have a picture, and I was wondering, aside from Ali Karaki, I guess. But for a long time, I was wondering why this spot did not have a picture of this man. And I still have yet to see a picture of him, but it looks like they have officially eliminated the last remaining top head of Hezbollah's chain of command, okay? But we do know that a new Secretary General has been appointed, and we even had, it was Yoav Gallant, the defense minister, coming out and saying that he would not last for long. As far as I know, he is still the Secretary General of Hezbollah. But yeah, guys, just wanted to share some updates coming out from the Middle East and get you caught up to speed on what is happening over here. But just be prepared for anything. We could definitely see some fireworks here in the next 24 hours, potentially, leading up to the run-up of these U.S. elections for president in the United States. So just be ready for anything. Be prepared for the worst. Highly recommend you go out and get the things that you need now, just in case. Have some extra supplies on hand, maybe some water and food at least, bare minimum, and just be prepared for anything. I think we are going to be moving into very desperate and dangerous times going into the future here. As obviously the Ukraine war as well is in a very dangerous position and could go either direction. But I hope you guys are ready for anything. Just be prepared. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.